so quick with the translations.
I know.
Okay, it's a bit of a tricky question, but I was talking to Cole before about how every shot he takes in practice or warm up is with intention to score. And I'm thinking, like you've said, hockey is hockey. Like when I was playing hockey, you warmed up your goalie, you didn't want to shoot one at his head or whatever it is, trying to score. But do you think it's important for players who are not only goal scorers like Cole to approach shooting in practice and warm up with the same mentality of trying to score with every shot?
Yeah, you want to score in games? You better score in practice. You know, because again, you talk about trusting the training. You know, when I've never shot not to score, because every game I'm shooting to score. So Cole doesn't get nervous when he gets a scoring opportunity because he trusts the training. And his training and practice is he shoots to score. So if you think you're not going to score in practice and all of a sudden you're going to score in games, you know, take every reps like they mean something, because you're going to get in those situations, you're going to trust the training because you respected the reps.
I have another question for you. Do you think you have to reinforce that with some of your players who are not expected to score? Like,
yeah, probably.
A drill that you guys did today where you had the 3 boxes to get clean, I think the objective was to get a clean exit, right?
Yeah.
Less about that, but more about making it a competition. Like you guys kept score of certain things there. What do you think that does that translates into the game where like Team White has to skate if they lose that competition or whatever? Like what does that do?
It raises the intensity. It raises the care factor. It's not just a drill. It's a game. And the guys don't like to lose. So they compete more. They take it more seriously. You know, so we're in game mode in practice.
Apparently, Galley cheats on all those drills because he wants to win so bad. That's the word.
Yeah, there's a few guys that stretches the rule a little bit, but that's okay. It's funny because it brings a lot of enthusiasm because everybody's kind of commenting and complaining about certain calls, and so it's good.
Back to the teacher, anyway. I also had a couple for you, but the one thing earlier when you mentioned it wasn't Gallagher's turn to be in front. This notion that now seems pretty much in place of rotating guys around PP1 generally, but I mean even the power play. What holes do you think that creates in opposing penalty kills? The fact that guys aren't set in specific positions.
Well, I mean, I think you end up, you know, creating confusion for the opponents. You know, if you're too static, sometimes it's predictable. So we're trying to be, as a team, collectively, we're trying to be predictable for one another while being unpredictable for the opponents. So that's that confusion part sometimes and we have our concepts and ideas. And like I said, you can't just wait for their PK, of the other team's PK, to mess up. You got to force them to mess up. And sometimes that confusion part is a way to try to make the PK mess up. And then if you realize that they mess up, you exploit it. You jump on it.
We noticed Stavkovsky skating at least today with Dvorak and Gallagher, and obviously there's going to be a hole to fill with Hoff. In terms of his understanding of the pace of the game in the NHL, have you seen any progression in him from the start of the season to now?
Yeah, there's definitely progression. For any young guys, if you look at it every day, like you're a day trader, you're going to get, it's going to be hard. You're going to get emotional, So for us, Slav, he's definitely, if he started here, he's definitely here. Has it been some dips and some rise and some dips? Of course, but that's what, growing, it's never going to be a straight line. It's not. But I know over time, when you connect these dots, it's going that way. And that's where Slav is heading. We just got to manage the dip in the day-to-day without overwhelming, and being so emotional about it.
Il marque un point de Suzuki played 25 minutes the other night, which is quite remarkable for a centerman. That talk about the difference between working hard and working smart. Is Nick sort of the perfect example of that? And is that something you had to learn yourself as a player?
Yeah, finding the balance. There's pockets in the shift where it's not your turn to work. You're just kind of hovering. So the smart players can manage their energy, not just in game, but in shifts. Susie does that. And, I think with, he plays on both special teams and, day off Sundays, I don't know if I'm playing him 25 on a back-to-back. But, we manage that. And sometimes as a coach, I look back at the sheet and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I was actually playing him that much. And so you learn.
Apart from his obvious skill, one of the things that impresses me the most is how many times in a game you'll see him bail out a defenseman who's sort of in trouble behind the net. With the young defenseman you have on this team, just how important is that when they see their captain doing that?
Yeah, it's important for everybody. It's that taking care of the team mentality. And sometimes it's not just scoring a goal. There's so many things on the ice that happens that we need to do to take care of the team. Somebody that maybe lost a little balance or he just doesn't have the advantage on the opponents that he's playing. If you just go man on man and just worry about your guy, well, you can't take care of the team sometimes because you're just focusing on taking care of yourself, having your guy. So having your guy is important, but taking care of the team is more important.